BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So, welcome to 50 Minutes of Experience. Today I'm with Vanessa Gonzalez. Ciao, Vanessa.
Hi.
So, if you can introduce a bit about you and where are you from, where are you now, and some information in the base of you will be nice, that we can go after that more inside of your photographies.
Sure. Great. Thank you. Well, currently I reside in Florida, which is in the United States. And I moved here with my partner during the pandemic of COVID, the coronavirus. We had left our lives in the Bay Area, California, after numerous challenges arose. And it was challenging to drive across the country in a pandemic because of so much uncertainty with conflicting news reports and transmission, you know, how you get the virus that we were all trying to avoid. And it seemed smart to relocate, at least temporarily, permanently, we didn't know, to a less dense part of the United States where we had enjoyed many vacations. So yeah, I guess I'd started taking photography, or no, I've been taking instant photographs since I was a teenager, frequently going through boxes of film a day. And I had started my photography project, which I've called Vanessa Photo Project. And it's something that sort of flourished from a bout of depression once I moved here to Florida, because I just felt so helpless and uncertain about so many things in life. So at the beginning of this year, I started taking, or trying to take, a photograph a day of something that I was grateful for or appreciative of, things that I might not focus on because I was focusing so much on the larger scope of helplessness and despair from living in a pandemic, which so many people are facing, like emotional distress. And I think gratitude was something important to me, and it still is, taking time every day to be appreciative and thankful for just presence and being.
So yeah, it's really interesting what you said. So I was seeing that you also did an interview with Lomography, and I've read, and it's really interesting. And I wanted to know I wanted to ask, why did you start with the instant to doing this project, and I don't know, why not with digital? Why not with other format?
That's a good question. Why with instant? Well, it seems easy because I can take I have a cell phone that houses thousands of images of nondescript, non-personal photos. I don't even know what's on there. But with carrying my instant photographs, I like having, okay, for instance, I'm holding up like a pile of instant photos. This is just from like the last few weeks that I just have handy. And my end goal with taking 1,000 photographs of instant photos is that I would like to have them all displayed either in my apartment or in a show, an art show, where I'm entering a space surrounded by 1,000 moments or pieces
Same.
of
Yeah.
gratitude. Like that's just how I see it. Like this tangible project, I need to have these items in my hand because they're so special to me. It's just important. So I want to hold on to these photographs so that many years from now, once I get past this, which I'm working through, I can look back and hold them and look at them and be reminded of these beautiful moments that I've captured. And if I tend to write about each of the photographs that I post online, and I really enjoy looking back and reading about them. It's special.
Yeah, I can imagine it's really special. And I want to do it things with you right now. Probably it's interesting. Just you have a bunch of picture there close to you. Can you take one randomly and just tell me what else you see in this picture and what remind you what was the experience taking this picture and we can just have a bit of flow of thinking on.
Great. Yeah. Let me open up. I'll go to my last one. So I was just in San Francisco. I had to go home to see my mom. And my last photograph was photograph 170, posted September 13th. And it's an image of the sun setting over the Pacific from Ocean Beach in San Francisco, where I've spent many evenings watching the sunset. And I returned home to, I happened to catch these two youth or young adults climbing a rock. And then I just watched them and they stood watching the sunset just as all of us were. And it was a really beautiful moment. It was also aesthetically, it's a lovely picture. I quite like the color of sunset very much. So it seems to be something that I photograph often. But I mean, I could read it or, I mean, I've described the image, but if you'd like me to read the description, I'm happy to.
You can try to doing that with the other two picture will be really particular because I think it's kind of grabbing on some frames, different frames.
Yeah. I also have the image before that was of a large crystal that I'd visited often. But
what I will
most of
doing
these
is just more than watching your picture, just grab just all the two casually, randomly. Don't watch them, just take two. Take two.
Oh, of my stack next to me. Sure. I have a picture of some flowers from a rose garden that I used to walk through that is special because I've walked through that rose garden many times and it's a peaceful place in Golden Gate Park. And actually I have a blank image too. My camera is...
it's really amazing that you took one is blank.
I take a lot of images that don't come out and it could be either camera malfunctions or an issue with light, me pointing at something that's too bright. But it happens quite often and I tend to not post the images. But I did recently, I posted a blank image because it was an imperfect image. And I think that makes it just as fun because it's open for interpretation. And I don't mind mistakes. I mean, life is riddled with mistakes. So if we're not, I don't know, I think it's nice to showcase not only things that work out, but things that also can be seen as failure. I think it's more interesting that way.
I think it's interesting to have this collection of white images that don't come out or black in some cases can be, and can be also a way to watch at them and trying to figure out with your mind what you was trying to capture, no? And when you accumulate many during the time, it's more and more difficult to remind which is one moment and which is another, no? And that this moment they mix up with the picture and start to be, a lot of moments that you probably wanted to fix, and then you have to reserve inside of your mind, and then you have to search inside of your mind. And
Yeah.
I think is a nice exercise to also grab on your images in your mind, no?
Yeah, I see. I'm very visual. Yeah, I enjoy painting and expression. And I enjoy telling stories and writing. So I think this photography project really allows me to express many modes of creativity in this single lateral project that I'm doing here.
What do you think is creativity in photography? Did you hear the last question I asked?
Oh, sorry, I went blank.
Yeah, it's okay. The last question I asked you was, what do you think is creativity in photography?
Expression of something interesting or meaningful. That's actually something that comes up. My partner, he teaches photography and we often don't agree on what photography should be. Because I don't think photography has to necessarily be aesthetically correct or pleasing or follow strict guidelines. I think that it should showcase either a story or something important, or even an emotion or a concept, something intangible, something you can't even necessarily articulate perfectly. It's just something that makes you feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's this and that. Photography is just a tool, we can say, and is a tool permit you to reserve particle of a moment in your life, and it's really difficult to create in photography. I think even if you create something and then you shoot a picture of, you're not creating photography. You are creating something else that you are then researching and archiving with the tool of photography. And so then photography, I think, is not really a tool to create, but it's more a tool to connect with. That is much more intensive and deepful than creation, because the creative part, it's something that in a way or another is influenced from our way to catch the word, also everything compose ourselves, no? So our creativity is difficulty is really true, but most of the time come always from the post-production of everything we accumulate inside of our mind in experience and knowledges. We cannot practically survive without being influenced from something, because in any case it's an influence. Also the things that we have a parent, also if we have just one parent feed us to survive in this world, we are influenced from that, and we are influenced from the light we see, from the sound we have around, from the energy, from everything, and everything can compose something. And then creativity, that is a word come from an etherical way to think about something doesn't exist, and then to create something. To create means to give a life to something doesn't exist. In a way, exist in photography, in another way not, because in our mind we can think about, okay, we create a moment that no other have seen, and so then we created something. We created something, but is in our concept, in our mind. But when we connect with that photography, that picture, for example, one randomly, we can observe that moment, and I think the real moment of creativity is when we decide what to do with this moment, what to do with this picture, what to do with this fragment, and how we can put this fragment inside of a series of fragments to compose for really something, to create a story. And then there is really good part of creativity, because then you start to realize a story probably, or a line, or a collection, or what else, with all of this frame just you captured from the reality you have in front, no? And I think this is probably, I mean, a lot of people today talk about photography as an art, photography as creativity. I think, yeah, for sure, we can say that. I mean, we can say also the man cutting the meat every day is a creator, because, yeah, he cut in a way no other one cut, and then, yeah, no other one can do it the same cut he do it, because he, you know, there are a lot of details make the moment unique, and he's also a creator, no? And that was just a metaphor now, but I think this is also a way to don't realize why we do it photography in a way. It's just the justification to don't go over what we do it and go more deeper and realize that what we do it with photography is to searching and researching ourselves in the world, and inside and outside.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
So I think photography, yeah, there are people think about for photography needs a structure. It's okay. I mean, if they think needs structure, means that they need this structure in them life, not only in photography. There are people needs no structure in photography because they don't need the structure in them life. So then there is no one way to read photography, because photography comes from writing with the light.
Yeah.
So what I see in your picture is, I think, need not an explanation, because it's just someone taking frames every day. I'm curious for sure about the dynamics and why use Eastanks, blah, blah, blah. This is just choosing. But I think it's totally clear that you are continue to be curious inside of your life, and then you want to go out in and taking footage and reserve this moment, because this moment in a way or another you will reserve in your mind.
Mhm. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, I agree in what you said about the interconnectedness of what I think you were getting at, with how we're all connected in this. We're each a thread in this tapestry of existence, and that's just how life is, and we're all contributing to that tapestry or interconnectedness of life. And capturing these moments is important because, there are artifacts of our moments here that we're all experiencing in real time together.
Yeah, totally. So thank you a lot, Vanessa, for your time, and for everyone want to see the work of Vanessa, they will find the link in the description. And I hope to have another talk with you in the future, and to see how do you will develop the picture and the style and the moment, the creativity in your life. Thank you a lot for your time again, and see you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/Berlin Explorer, or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer Project.